You probably think owning a shipping container business is simple. Buy a few shipping containers, fill them with goods, load them onto a cargo ship, and send them across the ocean. Sounds easy, right? But the truth is, the shipping container business is far bigger than that. Those ordinary steel boxes you see stacked at ports aren't just carrying products, they're the backbone of global trade. Nearly everything you use every day, from your smartphone and laptop to your clothes, furniture, electronics, and even the coffee you drink, has likely traveled inside one of these containers before reaching your hands. Behind every container is an enormous business network involving manufacturers, leasing companies, shipping lines, ports, trucking companies, railroads, warehouses, and logistics providers. Some companies don't even transport goods. They simply own thousands of containers and lease them worldwide, generating millions of dollars in recurring income. Today, more than 250 million shipping containers are in circulation, moving billions of tons of cargo every year and connecting businesses across every continent. So, how did a simple steel box transform international trade? Who owns these containers? And how can a business built around metal boxes become a multi-billion-dollar empire? Today, we're taking you inside the shipping container business. Before shipping containers existed, moving goods around the world was slow, expensive, and incredibly inefficient. Every box, crate, and barrel had to be loaded and unloaded by hand, a process that could take days and required hundreds of workers. Everything changed in the 1950s with one simple idea: a standardized steel container that could move seamlessly between ships, trucks, and trains without unloading the cargo inside. That single innovation revolutionized global trade. Loading times dropped from days to hours, transportation costs fell dramatically, and businesses could ship products faster, safer, and more efficiently than ever before. Today, the shipping container is considered one of the greatest inventions in modern commerce. Without it, the global supply chains we rely on every day simply wouldn't exist. Here's something that surprises most people. When you see a giant cargo ship carrying thousands of containers, you probably assume the shipping company owns every single one of them. But that's usually not true. A large percentage of the world's shipping containers are owned by container leasing companies. These businesses purchase thousands or even hundreds of thousands of containers and rent them to shipping lines for months or years at a time. Every time a shipping company needs extra containers during busy seasons, it can lease them instead of buying new ones. This saves billions of dollars in upfront costs while creating a steady stream of recurring income for the leasing companies. The business model is surprisingly simple. Buy durable steel containers, maintain them properly, and lease them over and over again. Since a well-maintained shipping container can remain in service for 15 to 20 years or even longer, a single container can generate revenue many times over its lifetime. That's why some of the biggest profits in the industry don't come from transporting cargo, they come from simply owning the containers. Owning containers is only one part of the business. Every shipping container generates income through an entire network of services. Before it even reaches a customer, it may be manufactured, inspected, leased, transported by truck, loaded onto a train, transferred to a cargo ship, stored at a port, unloaded, repaired, and then leased again for another shipment. Each step creates business opportunities for different companies. Some businesses specialize in manufacturing new containers. Others focus on repairing damaged ones, storing empty containers, or transporting them between ports and warehouses. There are even companies that convert old shipping containers into offices, restaurants, cafes, homes, storage units, and retail shops. In other words, a shipping container isn't just a steel box, it's a business asset that can continue generating value long after its first journey across the ocean. A shipping container doesn't make money just once. It can generate revenue again and again for decades. Once a newly manufactured container is purchased, it's leased to a shipping company that uses it to transport goods across the world. After the cargo is delivered, the same container is inspected, cleaned if necessary, and then leased again for another shipment. This cycle repeats hundreds of times throughout the container's lifetime. A standard shipping container can remain in service for 15 to 20 years, and during that time, it may travel millions of miles, visit hundreds of ports, and carry thousands of tons of cargo. Even after it's retired from international shipping, it often begins a second life as a storage unit, office, cafe, retail shop, workshop, or even a modern home. Very few business assets continue producing income for such a long period. That's why shipping containers are often considered one of the most efficient long-term assets in the logistics industry. Every shipping container is part of a massive global transportation network. Once it's loaded with cargo, the journey begins at a factory where products are packed into the container. From there, trucks transport it to a rail terminal or directly to a seaport. Giant cranes lift the container onto massive cargo ships, capable of carrying more than 20,000 containers on a single voyage. When the ship reaches its destination, another team unloads the containers, which are then moved by trains and trucks to warehouses, distribution centers, supermarkets, factories, and retail stores. This entire process requires thousands of businesses working together. Port operators, trucking companies, railroads, freight forwarders, customs agencies, warehouse operators, logistics firms, and shipping companies all earn revenue from a single container's journey. That's what makes the shipping container business so powerful. It's not just about moving goods, it's about connecting an entire global economy. The shipping container business may look simple, but behind the billions of dollars lies a complex industry filled with challenges. One of the biggest problems is container imbalance. Every day, millions of containers arrive at ports around the world, but they don't always return to where they're needed. For example, after delivering products to North America or Europe, many containers remain empty because there isn't enough export cargo to send them back. Moving empty containers costs money without generating revenue, making it one of the industry's biggest expenses. Container owners also face rising steel prices, maintenance costs, damage during transportation, theft, and unexpected delays caused by port congestion, labor strikes, or extreme weather. Even global events can disrupt trade, leaving thousands of containers stranded at ports for weeks. That quotes why successful container companies constantly monitor global trade patterns, demand, and shipping routes to keep their containers moving and profitable. The shipping container industry is becoming smarter, faster, and more efficient than ever before. Today, many containers are equipped with GPS tracking devices and smart sensors that allow companies to monitor their exact location, temperature, humidity, and even whether the doors have been opened. This technology helps protect valuable cargo while improving efficiency across the supply chain. Ports are also becoming increasingly automated. Giant robotic cranes load and unload containers with incredible precision, while artificial intelligence helps optimize shipping schedules and reduce waiting times. At the same time, the demand for global trade continues to grow. Every year, billions of products are transported across oceans, creating new opportunities for container manufacturers, leasing companies, shipping lines, and logistics providers. As technology advances and international commerce expands, the humble steel shipping container will remain one of the most important tools powering the global economy. Shipping containers may look like simple steel boxes, but they are one of the greatest innovations in the history of global commerce. From factories and warehouses to ports, railways, highways, and cargo ships, these containers keep international trade moving every single day. They create opportunities not only for shipping companies, but also for manufacturers, leasing firms, logistics providers, and countless other businesses around the world. Without shipping containers, the modern global economy simply wouldn't function the way it does today. The next time you see a stack of colorful containers at a port or on a train, remember, they're not just carrying products, they're carrying the world's economy. Who knew that a simple steel box could completely transform global trade? Which fact surprised you the most? Was it the container leasing business, the massive global logistics network, or the fact that one container can generate revenue for decades? Tell us your answer in the comments below. If there's another business you'd like us to explore, let us know. We might feature it in our next documentary. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next deep dive into the world's biggest businesses. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.